DCA adventure is rated F for fucking awesome.
Get me spun back up.
Yo, Crypto Nation. It's another FA Friday. You got your favorite full panel here. We got DogeLord. We got Gundy. We got Mikkel, who's AFK. We got Helpful. We got that one guy, Eyes. And, of course, myself, Nemesis. Yo.
Out freaking standing.
Yo.
Yeah, guys, we doing it. It's Friday.
And we're doing it live.
Always.
Right?
Proof of life. Do it.
Here we go. So how's everybody been?
Doing good, man.
You know, we're me and Mikkel are Mikkel's trying to survive the mining facility.
I heard from Jay, he's doing pretty okay. Last I heard, they were moving into a new house or a different house.
That's good.
And family's doing all right. I sent him a big giant freaking box of stuff. So
Care package.
I'm like, hey, here's a tracking number.
Airdrop that shit.
Yeah.
Just hook it to a balloon, man. You'd be all right.
Oh, no more balloons.
I mean,
Well,
he could
it
have gone by
seems to
railway.
get there.
What do you have against balloons?
It's better than a railway. Yeah.
Oh.
Only because they keep derailing
Too
them.
soon. Derailed. At least somebody's getting railed.
Yo.
Hey man, when you have the same company that has 2 derailments within 2 weeks, you know that somebody should be held accountable.
The person that
where those
put the
maintenance
device on
records
them to
at?
derail them. It wasn't the railroad company. It stopped the train tracks.
You see, they're all a part of. You see, the rail company is. I mean, if people don't know the history, a lot of people don't realize the history of trains when it comes to the union. So the unions for the rail workers were put together before there was officially a union. So they got screwed because they put together the first union out there, and basically they got they got put into what they called the
Fix your
trades.
background, Mikhail.
They got called the trades union. So because of
nice.
that, you had every
Yo, that was epic.
you
Put
had
that back.
You had every single union hall that now became corrupt because now they had their own union hall leader. And that's like my town. My town is like composed of 4 different towns, which collectively they make one real town. And they sit there and
4 towns make one town?
Yeah, but the population wise. Because the
Four
the
towns make a city.
Because these 4
You
little
That's what I
basically have
thought.
4 villages making one town.
Right. It's ridiculous, but because like the bureaucracy behind it, you're not going to find any one person. Yeah, we should conjoin these. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to vote for my job to end. Nobody in their right
Why not?
mind is going to do
Scab.
that.
Get out of here,
So-
you scab.
So now you have the same thing with the rail union, and some of the rail union people are so high and mighty for where they're at that they are like ultra democratic, and they don't believe that they deserve any days off. They don't deserve that they deserve any days off with pay. They don't deserve any
We-
sick
we
time
don't.
off.
Yeah.
You know, this is all in the with
What's
the
sick
union.
pay?
Right. This is all with the union for the railroad company. Now, when the government just came in,
Did you join the union? Because I know me and you both worked at UPS. Did you join the union at UPS?
Yes, I did.
Oh, the UPS union.
Yeah, that was-
man.
That was horrible. That was a joke. That was such a joke, dude.
That is a waste of money, sir.
Yeah, it was. You
It's a
pay
waste of a
$600.
paycheck.
You waste $675 to pay for somebody to screw you.
Sounds about right.
Thank you, sir. Can I have another?
The only people that they get screwed
What can Brandon do for you?
the only people that get screwed over more than a UPS union worker is
FedEx.
going to be no. You see, they know what they're getting into. They know what they're getting
He said
into.
the strippers.
No, that'll be a union, and anybody who's like joined the military in the last few years.
If there is a union to be afraid of, it was the strippers union.
Boo.
Those heels.
Boo. Un-American. Boo.
Boo.
Nims are Russian.
Hey man, I'm next door. I'm next door. Ukrainian, okay?
Bunks with Snowden, you know.
You have to fund me, damn it.
He's the top.
That
bunk
uncle
with
from
Snowden.
Ukraine.
And
like
then
I'm-
you got
I'm-
me.
I'm
I'm
fif-
from Germany.
I'm 50% Ukrainian, bro. Come at me.
50% Ukrainian. I gotta keep notes on these stories.
My mom's 100. My mom's 100%.
Great. I'm gonna write a coffee table book. The memoirs
what
of
is-
Nim.
What is up, Techman and Crypto
The
Craig?
memoirs.
Memoirs.
Yes.
Yes.
You can't see it, but I'm giving you the bird.
The word.
It's terrible.
I can't.
He's sending you the heli tank because it's FA Friday.
No emoji
motherfuckers.
character middle fingers command. It's terrible. Come on, YouTube.
know.
Do better.
It's not YouTube.
Oh yeah, Zoom.
Zoom.
Sorry. Zoom. Where's my hands? Where's my hands? Oh, here's mine. But
Yes.
where's everybody else's? Terrible. Terrible.
Present.
Hence why we can't get monetized.
Well,
We have not
can't get
crossed the F
monetized for
barrier.
our opener, okay?
There was no
You
F bomb.
can flip the bird.
Our opener just fucked us. Since they said, "Oh, you can't say swear words in the first 30 seconds," it's like, well, fuck that, we're done.
Boo. We automatically.
We should start playing the intro like with the bleep on the F word and see what happens.
I told him he just needs to make like a PG. version.
Just straight freaking. play
Maybe
the
I'll take
algorithm
it
see
and
what
I'll
happens.
just full on like put the actual like bleep where it says it, so that way it adds the dramatic effect.
I
It's
would.
like
Shit.
it's rated bleep.
It needs it.
bleep
I'm
bleep
gonna do
bleep bleep
We
bleep.
do it like Craig Ferguson for Tutti. Awesome. Sorry, I'm a big Craig Ferguson fan. I loved, out of all the late night TV shows, his was my favorite.
Man,
or we can just
Yeah.
change fucking to plucking.
Oh, there we go. We've crossed that barrier. Gundy got it this week.
It's been two.
No, you didn't.
It's been
Hey,
9
hey.
minutes.
And I've been doing really good about not
That's
dropping the
long.
F-bombs, dude.
Seriously, I didn't hear one F-bomb in your whole freaking, gaming live stream at 3 my time.
Hell yeah. I'm just saying. I've been working at it.
I'm just saying, I was being a good boy.
Right? I've been trying.
Which F bomb? We gotta clear this up. Is
Well,
it the
well,
short one or the
Yeah,
long one?
It's the 4-lettered ones. The
Ah,
four-lettered
okay.
varieties I have been not saying actually.
So
I've been trying to
on.
change. I've been trying to change the YouTube algorithm on my main channel a little bit, and it's been working a little bit. So I'm just saying.
So, call me sheltered, but what are the longer F-bombs?
Sheltered.
Well, you could be like
Oh.
flipping fire truck, man. It's like
Yeah.
I'm just saying, dude.
Flock, flockity, flock,
Well, let's
flock,
just
flock.
say Nem almost got it on the nail of the head. Being a little cryptic there.
It's a play on words.
Oh, fudge sickles.
Oh no.
Gundy, you
You
want to see
fart-
if we
You
can fire
farting
up,
ice hole,
Ant Miner?
I'll cut your boils off.
Ant
See if we can burn one up.
Sure.
Does anybody know the movie reference?
Are
Though?
we
Oh.
burning?
Oh, so he said, "Screw it, man. It's going full of."
See what this thing does.
See,
It was
like,
$50.
Nice.
What you doing over there, Oz?
I just picked up last weekend. Picked up a little S sign.
Yeah, you did.
Wee.
Looks at one of the boards. Two of the boards look a little rough around. One of them looks really rough.
The 6-pin
around the edges.
connectors. Yeah, they look a little.
Two of them look real. They need some love.
Oh yeah,
A little-
like they
little-
ran a little warm for a little bit.
That usually is a sign that somebody did not connect the connector in all the way, or they were overclocking it.
Yeah, it looks like they was trying to do something because the post. You look at the pictures from the post and on the boards, everything looked legit and clean. And then got there and I was like, so what happened? Well, it just recently happened. And I was like, I bet it did.
I bet it did.
I was like, but for $50, we're gonna play this game. I'll roll the dice.
Yeah, that's right. that ain't. No,
only-
He didn't.
It's only
He didn't need
1,300
extra
watts.
cables, so.
It's only 1,300 watts worth of.
What you mean extra cables?
Like the extra white cables, like the ribbon cables.
No, I got all of them.
Oh, he gave you all three of them?
Yeah, I got all three.
Okay. I thought he'd only given you the one that was plugged in the picture, and I was like,
No, I was in that picture when I sent it. I had already started unplugging some of them,
Oh,
so that way I could take the cards out and then clean everything up and get all the little dust bunnies out of there.
Yeah, I mean the S9s are pretty foolproof. Keep
Pretty
them keep them dust bunny free, and they're pretty decent.
S9 and run one hash board. Run
So-
one solo. Man, those solo blocks have been like unreal here recently.
Dude, I saw that
Some
one.
people meant-
Not
Some people
financial
wouldn't-
advice.
Somebody got like six Bitcoin. And it's like, oh dang.
That's a block.
Yo, give me a block.
Mikhail
take a
just
cheese
like
block.
nonchalant, like, yeah, so that's a block.
It's actually
Mikkel,
six
the
point two
Reward
five
for a block.
It's a 6.25
Right,
out of
right.
6.
Right, 6.25.
I know,
Six-
I know.
so
I
that's
just
at
didn't remember the
6 and some
decimal
change.
points.
I'm just saying.
I just saw the big
6.25.
number. That's all that cares.
No. It's all about those little sats, man. It's all about the sats, dude.
Especially when
Every
you're talking
sat counts.
only one digit.
You're
past the
absolutely
decimal,
right.
you
But
know?
when it comes to what's important for me to
And
remember,
Canada,
This is
Canada showed how much that pool makes off of dev fees, and I was like, I mean, I know pools were always profitable, but dang, man, that was intense. He showed it, and
Do
I
we
was
want to
like,
talk about
"Jeez."
the little IMF debacle?
absolutely. But before we go into that, did anybody see that little thing from Cointelegraph saying that emojis count as financial advice and have legal consequences according
What?
to a judge's ruling?
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
I'd
gonna
like-
throw out
I mean-
the BS flag on that.
I
Is,
mean,
is that
so
because it's California?
I'll play the devil advocate on that. So like, whenever they come into like threatening messages, like they think that an emoji is a threat.
So
be
a
like-
federal court judge ruled that
You know
the
what I mean?
emojis, the rocket ship,
So
a chart going up, and a money bag objectively mean one
A
thing:
money
a
bag.
financial
I knew
return
it.
on investment. And users of those emojis are hereby warned of the legal consequences of their use.
that's funny.
Which means that if it violates my safe space, then it should be a violation on them too. If I feel threatened by their meme or their or their innuendo,
emojis, guys.
right?
Just gonna keep using the
Time
middle
to
finger one. The
time to
middle finger
switch it
one
up.
is classic.
You get somebody that throws down the pale white
Soul
cop
emoji,
emoji, and that's triggering event for you. So then they should be held accountable for threatening you online.
Oh, but see, it's not part
mean-
of their agenda, so your feelings don't matter.
Yeah, but it works for the
I'm
left wing,
feeling-
the left wing extremists. I mean,
It doesn't work for
if we're gonna go full retard, we might as well go full retard.
And on
go
that
full
note,
retard.
helpful. You said you wanted to talk about the IMF. Let's talk about that.
So I provided you guys a link if one of you want to do a brief
Yeah, screen share.
Screen
Yeah,
share
I'll
it.
screen share.
Screen share.
So there we go. IMF
Here
calls
it
for
is,
coordinated action over fears crypto could undermine global monetary system.
I mean, yeah.
The
of
IMF
course.
said Thursday that growing crypto adaptation warranted a coordinated response from member countries. The widespread adoption of crypto assets could undermine the effectiveness of monetary policy, circumvent capital flow management measures, and exacerbate fiscal risks.
Now, I'm going to point out one thing.
I love that.
What is China doing? What is Russia going to be doing? What is India going to be doing?
Brexit.
They're already practically
Here-
rolling out
here,
CBDCs
I
and adopting crypto.
well, the
This is
CBDC thing. I've got an article over that one.
They want to go back on precious metals.
But it's no. What it really boils down to is, according to international monetary law, right?
Dang.
It's
Yo,
if there is a country that is sitting there and taking it that has a particular currency as their sovereign currency, and they have a central bank that also accepts said, if they, how does it go? If that central bank also accepts the local currency, then technically all the rest of the central banks also have to accept that currency as money.
It's global. Yeah.
So with that being said, the problem that they're now starting to be faced with is that there's other places that are starting to pop up with widespread local adoption of Bitcoin. And we already have one country with one central
Starting
bank.
to lose the numbers game.
Yeah, they've got one government already utilizing it with their central bank accepting it. And they're still trying to threaten El Salvador into dropping Bitcoin. The IMF is. Nobody else, just the IMF is having a conniption fit over it.
They're trying to push on it that's how they're trying to circumvent sanctions and stuff.
Well, if they
You see
can't
the
regulate it,
well,
they
no,
can't tax
what's
it.
Not,
What's
it's not
beautiful- no,
even
no, no.
like it's not even doing that.
No. It's not even that. It's because El Salvador is not sanctioned, and they're utilizing it.
It's kind of like saying your country is not allowed to exist unless you use our monetary policies.
Correct.
That's what it's going to be on a worldwide scale.
And then
Which
they're
is
looking at
centralized as fuck.
at Venezuela circumventing it. They're looking at for a good portion of it, Russia has bans on Bitcoin and crypto. For right now, China is only in negotiations of lifting said bans.
They could still like hold crypto in China. They couldn't
Correct.
trade or mine. So like
Correct.
they could buy, but they couldn't like trade it. back.
Yeah,
Correct,
if you mine it in China,
It was a
they-
true asset there in technicality. You know what I mean? Like it was
Right.
an asset.
So
You had to go to a special place to sell it.
right, and most people in China actually hold Tether. Tether is
Yep.
highly popular in chickadee China.
No, what happened
The
to
Chinese chicken.
What happened to Neo?
Oh,
What
no,
happened to BUSD?
Oh,
Neo
yeah.
was pumping hard the other day, man. Nobody else saw that. I was like, oh, look at Neo go. Go Neo, go Neo.
BUSD is dead now.
Yeah.
So not yes, but no. There is PAX isn't
Little
issuing
violence,
any-
Pax- Little
PAX got a cease and desist letter on that one. They're not
Yep,
allowed to
from
issue
the
anymore.
NYSD.
Yeah,
The New York's coming down with them and clapping with the it's part of the whole SEC rollout. It's some of the reasons why staking services in the United States are going to be getting hammered on here next. NFTs
staking
are
services that you lose custody of coins.
right,
Verifying.
and that'll be any third party.
Yeah, most DeFi.
Right. DeFi,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ethereum, NFTs are securities now.
All
And
of-
I had
all of
called
my-
that
Most.
Oh,
Roughly
dude, I
a
called
month?
that right after it happened. I was like, as soon as I saw NFTs, I'm like, these are securities. I'm like, I'm like, it's gonna.
Most of them will be if they give you any kind of monetary like gain or incentive.
And you wonder why I chose the worthless pieces of shit that I got.
And then,
Oh,
then they're
yeah.
going to be coming after all the other cryptos that are,
Oh, I had a terrible boating accident.
that, you know, all these
Yeah.
other cryptos that are listed on U.S.
Man.
exchanges.
The
They're going to be
NFTs,
coming. They're going to come
The
after
hardware
all.
wallets, the pew-pews, they all went overboard. I don't know what
They're-
happened.
The
I don't know what happened.
You see, you know, FTX scam bankman fraud poked the bear, and the bear's pissed now.
You haven't heard
Triple
that one yet?
whammy
Come
all-
on, man.
all
just love the
He-
The Nimors keep growing, man.
Memoirs.
This guy poked the bear, dude. SEC
fake
woke
info,
up and it's
yeah.
pissed. And they're coming
Yeah.
after all
Oh,
the
yeah.
shit coins.
Yep.
Well, you know, this is all
And
on
you
purpose.
mentioned the SEC, Nem.
Oh, yeah.
The Binance US Voyager deal.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
NYDFS got involved
Yep.
and are furious.
They're like, nope, that's not happening.
Not to mention that
CoinX shut down US for US traders today.
Yep,
Yep.
everything. The U.S. market
Jeez.
just blew up, dude.
not to mention that we have
Skittish.
Circle, you know, the issuer of USDC, blew the
Who-
whistle on
who
Binance's
also-
reserves.
who also is
Yeah,
a part.
100% tech man. It's been actually shown that the SEC and SBF, they actually, a lot of them knew each other. Yeah.
Yep.
Through his family.
His parents.
Yep.
Circle is part owner of Poloniex.
Coinbase.
Yep, and
It's
they
all a big circle jerk
and-
honey
and they're-
pot. They
and
all,
they're-
they all
they're
milked the
owned-
cow
they're-
for what
and
it was
they're-
worth. Come on, man.
and they're all
No.
owned by and they're all owned by Goldman Sachs.
yeah.
You forgot one step. DCG,
Oh
Then
yeah,
it's- then it's GS, and then you go down the rabbit hole of BlackRock and Vanguard.
Yep.
And they own like 90% of the world. So.
Everything.
Right.
And they own it.
I keep
luck.
telling people,
You
I'm
know,
like,
when they say majority owns, like they're majority and they own.
people like, oh no, they're not doing anything about that, and I'm like, yeah, they've been in here and they own most of the market, bro. They got in the shit coins because it was easier to manipulate than Bitcoin.
I was watching somebody break it down the other day about how they own everything so bad that it doesn't matter what website you're searching for airplane tickets. They're getting a cutback on every step you make,
Yeah,
Exactly.
including the airplanes, because they own like X amount of percentage of all the
Yep.
airplane carriers. So they're literally making money off of you in whatever steps you're
No
doing
matter
in your
what.
financial life anywhere.
Yep.
but
No
but
matter
there is like one
what, they gain.
there is one thing that I've actually heard as of lately that I was like, wow, let me give a round of applause on this one. So U.S. State Congressman Tommy Emmer has introduced a bill seeking to block the Federal Reserve from issuing the central bank digital currency. We have somebody that has actually tried to legislate the block of the CBDC here in the United States, as the bill is dubbed the CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
they don't-
true,
they
man.
don't- He said they don't need to see
When
all of our
when they start pushing
transactions
this
all the
Right.
time.
They're gonna push it so hard. They're gonna give you like 2-to-1 on your fiat, and everyone's gonna be like, "Hell yeah, double your money." But then once you accept that system and are in that system, you're done for, dude.
Oh yeah,
Dunzo.
Done. Do not hop in bed with the government and just as far as digital currency goes.
but at least there's
Do
one
you think I
person that
left
understands.
New York?
Right.
Facts.
Because you needed a digital ID probably to get out of it by now, right?
No, it's because of my meeting during April of last year. I started seeing stuff that I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Well, if you're in
out
New,
the window.
if you're in New York, hold on here. Hold on here. I'm gonna put the Mr. Obvious cap on. If you're in New York, at what
We
price?
watched too many videos.
At what point in time does the price of rent just outprice you? And you're like, wow,
It's already outpriced.
I think it's great that I'm paying $5,000 for a 1-bedroom and a closet.
Oh, these
down in New
memoirs
York
are going to
City.
live rent free in
That's
my
like
head.
the city. I mean, you can find decent
They
spots. in,
live
like,
rent free
the
on YouTube.
Bronx and like
My window looks at the apartment building right next door. It's like 2 feet away.
all I see is concrete.
Right, I see a brickwork, man. It's beautiful masonry work, man.
I mean, just live right across the water and then live on one of the ones that look at New York City, you know?
Oh yeah, so you need you want to have a view. Okay, so do we
It's
want
not
to
as expensive as you think it is.
do you care about hearing
but you
traffic?
do live in a concrete closet.
No. Do you care about hearing traffic? Because if you don't want to hear traffic, you're at least on a 32nd floor. And anything with a view at the 32nd floor, you're
living in
at
New
10
York,
grand.
Man, you want to
10
hear
grand.
the traffic. There's
No.
no way you go live in New York and like hate the sound of traffic.
No, dude, man.
You'd go insane in a week.
No, dude. You get up high enough and you get spectacular view. You can have ocean view, and that's 20 grand a month.
I'm still thinking about paying a visit up that way at least one time before I get out of here.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
That's one place I've wanted to visit there for
like just one time, just one weekend.
It's
used
no
to drive
different
there-
than
You used to drive there like once a month.
only during
You'll-
Christmas.
you'll see
Only during
people
Christmas.
you'll see people pooping
Long
on the
time I
street
wanna
now. You get the
I just wanna
California,
go during Christmas.
but
The
you get the
California
California
experience on
experience.
the East
California
Coast.
experience, bro.
Yeah, on the East Coast, yeah. It almost is pretty much, yeah.
But out there, they don't have weed smell. It's sewer, poop, and pee.
Yep.
You forgot one thing.
Huh.
What's that? What?
Sewer rats.
Yeah, those are like if
the
you
size of little dogs.
yeah, those are the things that you sit down and you watch your wallet
Christmas
get
in
walk off.
Another thing of advice: if you ever go down to New York City,
Yes, I need it. I need the advice.
carry a knife.
Don't drive.
Do not drive.
Parking's terrible.
Do not drive.
Stay
Do not take a
away from the
taxi,
Bronx.
Walk.
Don't get a cheap apartment near the Bronx.
You're saying if you don't carry a knife, or if you are carrying a knife,
No, you
don't
need
take
to.
a taxi.
You
need
need to carry a knife.
Yeah, you need to.
I don't know. I like my Second Amendment.
It's you either have to bring a
Well,
knife,
here's the thing,
New
New York
York.
City don't allow that no more.
right? You need to
Yes.
bring a knife or have
There's
a
got to
set
be a
of,
way, man.
have-
There's gotta
have
be
a
some
roll of- have-
paperwork
have
or
a roll of
40
quarters.
extra loopholes to
Yeah.
get your concealed somehow.
It's called the
What if you're from a
Derringer.
different state?
It's only got 2 rounds.
Hey, man, 2 rounds is better than 0.
right?
These are
That's
facts.
facts.
And at 20, and
It's the
it's
size
20
of a keychain.
Dang, McCall.
I know
and,
what
and, and,
the
and,
answer is. Come on.
it's and it's only and at 20 feet you're only gonna piss them off.
Hey, man, that's why you run up to them and jam them
Busting
right
up
in
that
the
OODA loop.
side of the temple.
Hey man,
like,
if they have a
bam.
knife, they're gonna get close. I
Yeah.
mean, you might as well make it count.
that's right. Hey, you want to tussle?
My brother sent me a video of that knife that has a revolver inside of it.
Yeah, that thing looks badass.
God
I think I sent you that video.
bless it.
So hey, Crypto Macau, you remember how I was sitting there talking crap about those NFT moments from the NBA?
Oh, jeez.
Sure.
Right.
I usually
What-
tune you out when you start talking about it.
Right.
It's like
You
I
see-
can see the baited hook coming.
Right.
He's like, yeah,
Well,
John, thanks. Send
I'm-
this.
I'm a little vindicated over here, bro. I'm
This is
vindicated.
catfishing.
Oh yeah, it is.
Why is that?
Because judge rules in the Draper's Lab case that the NBA branded Top Shot Moment NFTs may be securities.
Of course.
And then you have
And
the
there
other
was
side
nothing.
calling
There was
them
nothing.
cards
They
or
were
comparing them to.
They were trying to compare it to, but because of how they did the release on it, it was not just having cards. Because people had the expectation that they owned the moment.
I mean, they did kind of advertise it as that.
Right,
so.
and ESPN never gave up any of the rights behind it.
So it was like, buy my picture and thank you.
Well, no, it was like a video clip. So
it was kind of like a GIF.
Like a GIF.
And they were saying that they could basically own.
They get paid royalties
like
on it.
Moment.
Yeah, anytime it got played, that they would get royalties from it. Well, that never
so what
happened.
If it plays over and over and over again on someone's bulletin board?
They're supposed to get royalties for it.
How
whatever
the manage that.
But because
they ended up giving up the IP is what happened.
Yes, loop.
Right. ESPN never gave up the IP rights on it. So what the NBA
on the content.
Right, on the content, because ESPN has an exclusive contract with the NBA.
Technically, they couldn't give it up in the first place.
Right, even if they wanted to.
It wasn't theirs to give up.
Yeah, technically,
right.
Technically, the NBA didn't own it either.
Right. It's like, oh
Who
my
owns
god,
it? Nobody.
Nobody. No one could give it away because technically it's free.
Right.
Yeah, put your shades on them. We gotta look the same.
Oh god,
that's the catch.
Right, it was so fun. Whenever I was like reading through this, I was like, "Oh my god, there are so many people who just got screwed."
It is a shit show.
Yeah, it is. And this is going to be the same thing that they use to go after the entire NFT market.
Yeah, well, a lot of them that are tied to big
they're going
brands,
after everyone.
Big brands like that.
They're coming for everyone.
I don't think it's going to matter who it is
until you have zero.
No,
and
then when you have zero, they're going to take your house. BlackRock and Vanguard are going to purchase it, and they're going to hold on to it and not sell it.
And then they're going to rent it to you.
If you can afford
it. For three times your mortgage.
If you can afford it, yeah.
Here's something else. I was on the old YouTube, and I follow other content creators.
Oh, bullshit. Get him out of here.
DCA, sorry, bro.
Sorry, bro. So I was watching some videos. You know that Web3 thing that Me6 was doing and the whole team was doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a $3 million scam right there. It's been confirmed.
Really?
So all we're waiting for is a little tick, 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 tick.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's why I have
who confirmed
it. Oh, you could ask tons of people. NTTS did some coverage on it. NTTS stands for no text to speech. There is a bunch of other content creators that are like, within 500 subs and lower, but it's just been a debacle. And I think some ordinary gamers mentioned it. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be super interesting times we're going to have in the very near future financially.
It definitely is, and that leads me to question. It's like, okay, so if the entire world governments are going after crypto, what's the future of crypto? Like, is it going to be squashed?
No, it'll just go back underground like it was before.
So you can only do your crypto stuff.
Listen
on the dark web.
Listen,
is that what you're saying?
Listen, every time there's a mitigation as far as regulations and rules, there's a workaround.
And I'm gonna correct
everyone in the space and everyone like who hacks for a living, everyone who writes code, is going to be on top of this. Don't worry. There will be ways to
Well,
move.
Well, the
funds
reason I'm asking is because if we
without
went
the
to
government.
bad news, bad news, bad news, bad news, it's like, okay, where's the good news? Where's the light at the end of
I
this
mean,
tunnel?
there's no dark. There's no
news. If we can get Oz the hoodie.
The good news is there's
Fear
no
rules
there's
all
no
now. Come
dark
on now.
web. There's no such thing as the dark web. That was an advertising
There is
thing.
when I turn the little switch on and it says dark mode.
Yeah.
That's my dark
No. That's a little different.
yeah, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I use
Got
dark
you.
mode all the time.
It's like my YouTube right now. I'm looking at YouTube and it's on dark
I live
mode.
in dark mode.
What do you mean?
But-
Verizon? You can see me using
I
Onion
only search
browsers.
the dark web.
But it's like the whole marketing thing of what they explain as the open internet, the full internet, unfiltered,
Yeah, unfiltered and tracked by Verizon.
tracked by everyone.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You're in everybody's tracking
but
place.
by Verizon.
Whatever MSP you have.
I gotta run downstairs real quick and go turn on that Raspberry Pi to the
Oh,
3D printer.
yeah.
Oh.
Got another mask gotta print off for little man.
Dude, I saw
Oh.
that 9-hour freaking,
Hell
video
yeah.
that you did.
Yeah, and then right there at the end, yeah, well, the video stopped. And I was like, oh. I was like, well, that sucks. I decided to get on there and just play around, figure out how OBS works, watch videos, try to learn something.
Yeah, man. Might as
Just
well.
try to stream things and maybe some musical background.
When you got the time, it's nice.
Yeah, might as well piddle.
There you go.
Piddling for
There you go.
shiddling.
Piddle.
Giggity.
So Nem, what is the light at the end of the tunnel?
Well, it's like, because you have the open internet. I mean, the solution's always out there. That's the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like
It is.
they might try to ban it here in the United States. If you desperately want to get involved with the potential scams, you'll find the workarounds.
Well, did you hear Google was in the news yesterday?
Yeah.
They hit another milestone for quantum computing.
Yep.
They've worked out a bunch of errors that they used to get that they don't get anymore. So they're all.
So it's a
they're
more
all happy
efficient
about
calculator.
that. Oh yeah, when
Really
a 1 can be a 0, and a 0 can be a 1.
Yep.
It's like, great. There goes the neighborhood. No Wi-Fi is safe.
Well, you
What-
saw
what
the
happens
new-
when
Did
quantum
you see the new
computing-
Unreal Engine?
No, I haven't seen anything about that. But my thought pattern was going towards what happens when quantum computing gets introduced to AI.
Quicker response times, bigger libraries, all sorts of
Skynet.
stuff.
Skynet,
Terminators.
right? Skynet.
Y'all should look at the new Unreal Engine, man. It is there's
Have you seen the
AI is
Mario they did?
unreal on that.
bro, it is.
Did you see the
dude,
Mario
it
they
is like
did in Unreal?
it is almost
I
lifelike.
think they did.
Yeah.
Dude, it's scary. Dude, it was scary looking at
So
it.
the
I was
new-
like, I almost couldn't tell it. Like you could see a
Yeah.
little bit of the clipping, but like, give it another 5 more years, dude, and like you won't know
Just
the
throw-
difference.
Just throw 4090s at it.
So
You'll be all right.
what is it?
So-
Unreal
so
Engine
scary.
5?
It's like 5.2. I think
Yeah,
what we're on
I
right
think
now.
it's 5.2.
This came out. It's scary, man. That's some scary stuff.
But yeah, so I provided the links to what I had mentioned so that Michael can look at them and everyone else can look at them.
Nice.
Sweet. Is that in the Discord?
No, this is in the
No, it's in the chat right
meetings
here.
chat.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's here in the Zoom chat.
Well, maybe we'll share them in the Discord. I don't know.
Possibly.
Did y'all know that the Earth tilted at 25 degrees?
Dude,
And that
we're-
explains why I'm getting so much
We're
rain
doing
right now.
some whack ass polar shifting right now.
Yeah,
If you want,
it
really want
happens
to
every
get into it.
happens every so often.
Yeah, it's like
'Cause
every
they're,
what,
I don't
5,000
know if-
years we have a polar shift.
I don't know if like anyone could see where y'all are, but like we had what I think it was Venus and Jupiter were visible for days, and the crescent of the moon was at the bottom of the moon instead of normally it's on the side.
Yeah, I saw
And
that. Saw that tonight.
And it's because the Earth tilted 25 degrees.
25 degrees.
25 degrees.
Yep.
Yes. So all this solar activity is messing with our polar whatever vortex, whatever they call it, right? So what they hypothesize is that if our polar vortex flips, like North Pole becomes South Pole, South Pole becomes North Pole, we'll have crazy freaking end of days, like places where there's water, there won't be water. Places where there wasn't water will be water. You know, it'll just like shake the planet around pretty much, and like where everything lands, that's where it is from now on for the next 5,000 years.
That's some of the reasons why.
And this will happen rapidly. This will happen within like a week.
This is also why. What was it? The Turkey had the Turkey had the earthquake?
Yeah.
That's actually a tectonic plate separating.
Yep.
It's the first time we're seeing an actual tectonic plate movement like this in recorded history.
So yeah, if you're worried about World War III, you should probably stop worrying about World War III because the planet might kill us before then.
I don't know what's going to happen first.
25 more degrees and we are SOL.
No, it's just good. We're just leaning. We're just gangster leaning the other way. That's all. We lean one way and then we lean the other.
Gundy says, and we do a complete.
Which means my winter will last. Now last.
The complete upside down will be
that means the sun will no longer rise in the east and set in the west. It'll rise in the west and set in the east.
Yeah,
no, we're not flipping.
And more than half of America will be underwater.
No, we're not flipping like the world flipping around anything like that. It's just tilting. We're going from what tilt the one way to the tilt to the other.
So like,
I mean, it was almost 80 here yesterday. Yeah, it's going to be high of 40 tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah,
I think Jason Tiger Osborne has the right idea.
It's like the weather's on the.
I'll have Mikkel's weather, and Mikkel will have my weather, so I might as well bring my snowmobiles down there to prepare.
That's right. That's right.
Babe, the snow's going to follow us.
Supposedly, we're going to get like super cold tornadoes on Sunday.
Well, I've heard that we have like 4 days worth of rain coming, and by the fourth day, there's a possibility of snow out here in California.
Nice.
You know, not
we're in shorts in the snowstorm.
Not just a Big Bear or Idaho where the mountains are, but like a little bit further down the valleys.
It does happen.
They might actually cancel
the world
for the kids.
It's snow. Kids have to actually use a snow day, and they're like,
I know, right?
An actual snow day. I've never had this before.
Well, I mean, California can't have a snowplow truck because that runs on diesel.
They don't have electric snowplows yet.
That's fine.
They probably have some that run off of Tesla batteries by now.
No,
they'll have to borrow the snowplow from Big Bear.
Yeah, they're gonna have to call backup from
service the whole damn
different state.
Yeah,
right.
Hey, we need you to come plow our state for us.
That's what they did for their electricity. They're like, "Hey, we're going green. Hey guys, hey Nevada, can we buy some power off of you?
Yeah, hey,
we
Texas,
went green.
Can we get like 4 megawatts from you, Texas? Sure.
Right. Hey, Arizona, can we get a lot of power from you?
Like, hey, Oklahoma, can we go ahead and use a bunch of your solar or your wind power?
They're like, of course,
sure.
Of
We'll
course,
sell it to you. Oh, hey, then we're gonna bill all of our customers for using that excess power.
Oh yeah. Seriously,
yeah.
Like you guys remember last year I was saying, you know,
we were talking
about mining and how much
power
costs,
machines are finally
like
available.
it was like 22 cents per kilowatt hour last year. Now it's up to like 65 cents per kilowatt hour, and they're anticipating that our gas bills are actually going to go up threefold.
Bro, you need to get out, bro.
Run.
No.
Get out, man.
Run.
He's like, I know,
run.
but I'm gonna stay.
No,
I
you see,
know,
the
but I'm
problem
not.
is no,
Not
you
by
know.
choice.
I
you
know,
see,
I know.
You see, California makes you so broke that you think about moving, and you're so broke you can't even do anything beyond that.
Just thinking about it makes you broke.
Yeah,
Man, I've seen what people call a place to live, which is
it's like that on the East Coast, man. Too.
It's like a shed and a garage that had a doorway opening in between them, and that was their house.
That was the duplex, yeah.
No, that was their house. It was
Hey,
the
Sadie, sometimes. Thank you very much. She said, I'm in the right place.
Sadie.
Almost went to a space weather convention in 2020, but they had to cancel. Love the stream. Thank you very much.
Oh, man.
And
Oh yeah.
I think Jason Tiger Osborne is really wanting that announcement right now. So when we get some
geez.
SAs in the chat.
We deserve that.
Shoot.
Give it to him.
It is time.
Yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, DCA Adventure is rated F for fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. Oh yeah. Is it time to play games now?
Give it to him, Daddy. Give it to him, Daddy. Give it to him, Daddy.
Oh,
Oh, Oz, I just heard you say
now.
that.
Do you
And
want to
the first
play?
thing I thought of, the first thing I thought of was
I'm just twisting a twist
give
tie.
it
I'm
to me,
sorry.
Daddy.
Uh-huh.
Give it to me.
Oz is ready for the games.
Offspring.
Let's do it, Oz.
And all the girlies say,
Hold on, let me get down. Let me
pretty
get
fly
down.
for a white guy.
Do you want to play some games?
Oh yes.
Ooh, what
I
games are we
got some
playing today?
rightful icebreaker games.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah?
please.
As long as they don't come with a rubber gag ball.
Chickens. We don't need rubber chickens up in here.
Man, I can't wait. I get chunkins in a month.
Chunkin.
In a month.
In a
Yard
month.
Chunkin.
Fucking yardbirds.
Pumpkin chunkin?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Some
Butt
fun.
nuggets.
Yeah, buddy.
Butt nuggets.
No, I can't take credit for that. I
No,
can't
it
take credit for
is
that.
butt nuggets.
That
I can't
was
either.
straight up Mikkel.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that. He's the
Butt
only.
nuggets.
I was like butt nuggets. I damn near fell off my chair.
That's what we should do on Friday night streams. We should have a word of the day. Whenever someone slips up and says it, we have to go crazy. Like back in Pee Wee's Playhouse.
I bet you like Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Like,
Why you gotta be so nasty?
Oh yeah, so we'll
Walking past
have
the family, and I'm just over here like giggling because y'all keep talking about Pee-wee's Playhouse. I'm just shaking my head and laughing. Just keep on walking.
No,
Do
I don't
not
have Tourette's.
engage.
They're just saying silly
Do
things.
not engage.
Oh, the old school WRT54G, man. Everybody had one of those. That was like the thing to get. Or maybe it's just the only thing that they sold at the time. I don't remember.
It was the thing because it was the only thing.
Right.
Process of elimination. This is all we get.
Right.
I'll take it. It's blue.
I'll take it.
It's 1
blue,
point.
It's kind of cool. It blinks like
What's
shit.
up, Automatic Beats?
It's 1.5 sometimes. It's like sometimes you'll see your packet and it won't be lost.
I still remember like my 2900 baud modem that was like the size of a freaking gaming laptop.
Nerdy jokes. It's funny.
Sadie's like, I'm loading another bowl.
Oh, snaps. We got left-handed cigarettes.
Oh, jeez.
Left-handed.
Wait, they're still on the table?
Oh, you got to pass the dochi to the left-hand side, you
know.
Yep.
So how many of those cables you got to make now?
Left-handed cigarettes.
All of them.
I don't know, like a lot.
Have,
like,
it's medicinal, so you know.
Until I don't have to make
crazy.
them no more.
Pretty much.
It makes me make them.
Until until
Dude, he
there's
likes
one for
making
every
them.
single.
That's what
there's one
that
for
you
every
would say
single,
that.
ASIC.
He said it to me. He's like, it's therapeutic
Yep.
to me.
Making the cables.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
It makes the cables or it gets the hose again.
Therapeutic. Man. The labor of love.
It's like you
Love that
make
labor.
I can see the therapeuticness of it. You know, very simple, doesn't require a whole lot of, you know, thinking, and it's repetitive. You know, it's
Yeah, I'm pretty
Well.
basic. I'm a pretty basic person.
basic ass Mikkel.
Man.
Why are you so basic, Mikkel?
well, you know, it's like it's
You
like
know,
he's,
I'm like that kind of person. You can go to a restaurant and you're like, I'm gonna try something new. Nah, I'm getting the same thing I get. all
I'm
the
getting
time.
good old
no,
trust.
not me. Like when it comes to going out to eat, I always try something new.
you see
Fuck
what
that.
Mikkel likes about it is
Same
like
shit.
when people look at him doing that, they're like, "Hey, what are you doing over there?" And he's like, "Making cable ends." And people like, "Oh," and then they walk away, and he's
Everyone's
got
like, ew.
right, and they walk away,
Like,
and he's
I'll
got
leave
peace
you
and
alone.
quiet. Yeah.
That's exactly what I want you to do.
Yes.
That's like in the military, and I was going to test this. If you want to be
Oh,
left
that-
alone, grab
That
a
looks real
broom.
tedious. I'll leave you alone.
No, you want somebody to leave you alone? I just grab a clipboard or a whole bunch of papers and I walk with intense.
That's right.
Very intently
Hey,
walk
listen,
around like
listen,
"Ugh."
listen. You don't want to stop somebody.
Well,
walking
see,
with
you've got a
purpose.
little bit of rank. If you're like a lance corporal and below, it's grab a broom. If you're like a corporal
I
and
mean,
above,
It's not even about
Then go
rank,
ahead,
though. It's
grab a
about how
clipboard.
he's talking about carrying yourself. You know, just be that
Yeah,
guy.
everyone.
Just be that guy.
Yeah, if
bro.
you're just looking down at the clipboard and like, and then walk off
Walking.
with a sense of purpose. Oh, geez, talking to
Start
yourself.
walking
They're gonna
in
listen.
someone's, in
Just
someone's
grumble to
direction,
yourself.
They're gonna walk away from you. They're not gonna engage you.
You're like, I was going to ask him for a favor, but man, he's in a bad mood. And here you are
I'm
just
about
trying
to
to
get
find a
rolled up.
quiet spot.
Humming along your day. That's right. Just be like, listen,
Facts.
listen. I'm getting kind of old, and I'm saving the last of my fucks for when I'm older. So please move along, sir.
Flux or fucks? I'm saving my flux.
That's right. Save your flux.
DCA Adventures rated F for fluxing awesome.
Well,
This flux
Man,
toxic.
get the flux out of here, bro.
what the flux you talking about?
I think I just pissed off the Bitcoin
Jeez.
maximalist.
Oh, jeez. We'll have to flux and get over it,
Jesus.
right?
Bless it.
Man, fire, you guys are all fire trucks.
Well, how
You're a
about
fire
that? How about that video Mikkel put out earlier with the Osprey, man?
Yo, that was pretty awesome, man.
is.
Mm.
I was like trying to finish up some work, and I was like, "Oh, let me
thought
listen to this."
I thought it was really cool. Like he did an impromptu, unpaid like kind of thing, and they like,
Yo, they hooked him up.
sent him a little care package. I think that was awesome.
That's out
Yeah, man,
freaking
dude.
standing.
They reached out and they were just like, "Hey, we really appreciate like you making content, you know." And I wasn't paid to do content for them. I just happened to be able that we have like a fantastic customer at the Family Mine. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, FA to that customer.
SPay
Yeah.
that customer, and he was like, "Yo, bro, I would love for you to make content over it." I said, "All right,
Yes,
cool."
Retro
So,
Mike Crypto. Mikkel does have a channel.
He's
It's called
he's good.
Crypto
Yeah,
Mikkel Designs.
Links are
Down
all
in the-
below.
Yeah,
Definitely
links in the
Definitely
description down
kidding.
below.
Because
Find
he
him in our
comments almost
Discord,
every
all
one of
over.
my videos.
Right, I was about to
He's
say.
he's the reason I have FPGA Fridays right now.
Oh yeah.
That's the reason. It's because of that guy.
Right, he's like, Mikkel has a
he's
channel,
getting,
really?
He's getting us. I see.
He's
how it
like,
is.
psh,
Yeah, oh yeah.
he's like,
Thanks,
F
Retro
this
Mike.
guy.
I appreciate it.
Oh wait, no. The YouTube's not down there in the description. It's those are the Discords.
Okay.
But if you go to our main channel, and then you go to like the
Oh, like
community
channels. Yeah.
like the you see home, videos, live, playlist, community, and then channels. Click on that, and you'll see
Yeah.
all of our community, YouTube friends, and you'll find Crypto Mikkel down there.
he's
as well.
Yeah.
he's already over there.
He's a long time
This
subscriber.
this is for anybody else that's watching
Yeah.
that doesn't know.
DogeLord's trying to talk to the newbies right now. You know.
Oh, I didn't
You
realize.
never know.
Fresh
Just because
Right.
we've been in crypto since
Catch-
2016.
Catch up, guys.
I don't
Catch
know if
up.
anybody got to see it. So
Fresh meat.
here's what they sent us.
Yo, hold on. Dude. I'm getting my
Ooh,
windows
look
back.
at that thing.
Wait.
Who wants to see
Dude,
it?
that,
All right,
that, that
I'm
blue
here.
aluminum case is sick though. I have to
It
give
is.
him
He's
it.
like, Mikhail, you
It
have to
is,
show him
man.
again.
Hold on.
Show it again.
Hold on,
He's back.
I'm turning off my blurs that way it doesn't
Yeah.
like.
Oh, dead.
Oh,
Is that
the background blur?
G1
Yeah.
hotspot?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's pretty good, man.
It's
It's
like
it's a Raspberry Pi.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's an Osprey Raspberry Pi.
right
Retro says mod it to work on Crank
on crank. Yeah,
On crank.
So
Crank that soldier boy. What?
they
Say
sent it to
what?
me. So I'm gonna make a video.
Superman.
you
Dad.
know, of hashing it on helium, right? So like I've never owned a helium hotspot that's like fully mine, right? So I've owned Emirates hotspots or pool spots, so technically I don't own them, or whatever. And I ordered a
turned mine
Nebra
off.
and never ordered a Nebra and never got a Nebra. So
Yeah, they're
there's
like,
that.
nah.
so there's that. So I've been
Uh.
interested and been wanting to play with one that's like actually like fully mine, and yeah, so I'm kind of curious how it like works out and everything. But I would love to actually put it onto Crank to see how that does as well. They're sending me a like the better antenna, like with the wire and everything.
You got to get the
So-
big dongle, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get that.
Reach those distances better, you know.
Reach those distances. Yeah, so I'm gonna get that as well. I mean, just something to
I mean,
make some
you
extra
can get an
content with.
off-brand one. They're like $9 on freaking Amazon.
I mean, they're sending me one for free, so I'm
oh,
all
of
for
course,
it.
yeah, take it for sure.
All
They
for
probably
it.
have the good one too. That probably like
Just don't drop
you
the
know.
antenna on the floor. Got it.
Don't drop
Oh,
that.
you're getting a
Dun-dun-dun.
you're getting a
Don't
glass
drop
one?
The antenna. I don't
Again.
know.
No, ceramic.
It's ceramic, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, my
it's
mistake.
ceramic.
Yeah, that thing's they're ceramic's pretty resilient as long as you don't get it hot and like cool
Or
it
shock
down.
it.
Yeah, I mean shock
Drop
it,
it.
yeah, but like
So what about the why,
Temp-
why ceramic? Because are they using it as an insulator or something?
Yep.
oh yeah.
Okay.
It's it's for the
'Cause I wouldn't imagine that's
amplification
actually
coil.
being able to amplify or receive.
No,
signal.
they have it's part of
No,
the
it
amplifier. It's part of the amplifier that they have in there. So they sit there and they have it like do like 100 turns. So they amplify it by a lot for whatever the signal strength is, and they have the porcelain there so that they can separate each coil winding in there.
Okay.
So
It's
it's
like-
like
and
small
and
little
by doing
discs.
that and cranking it up, that's how you amplify it. The ceramic itself isn't an amplifier; it's an insulator that
Right.
allows for amplification.
Correct.
Got it.
Yeah, so you
And
don't
if
get
you
cross feed
drop
between
it,
the
and if
coils.
you drop it, it'll break one of the cookies.
Shatters everywhere.
And when the cookie breaks inside, you lose the insulator, and then you lose its ability to do its job right.
That's like dropping a number 2 pencil. You don't ever want to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's kind of like when you go to fill in a picture on paint,
or having
and
ceramic
there's like
engine
there's
parts.
a little tiny gap that's in the black line, but separating two things, and you fill it, and it just colors the whole picture, and you're like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Yeah, it's because you dropped it.
Right?
No.
Well, there you go.
No.
There you go. So yeah, super awesome of them, but like,
All gonna
And-
die of radiation. That's a true story.
thanks.
They're starting to sell radiation repellent clothing now, like hoodies and like sweatshirts and shit.
Really?
Yep.
What the? Really?
Hey man, every time they turn it up,
Again?
5G, 6G,
What
by
do
the
you
time we
mean
get to like
again, Tech Man?
8G, we're all gonna be radioactive and like half mutated because of like the radiation poisoning.
You fly for a while.
This reminds me of 3 Mile Island.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Tech.
Yeah, you remember the three
Flying
eyeballed
for-
fish in The Simpsons? Yeah, that shit is real.
No, that's down in Ohio. We don't need to worry about that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of worried. You know, the jet streams carry that shit south and east. So that, I mean, that's where I live.
Yeah, I'd be worried if you're up that way.
Man, but they determine it's an unknown dust storm.
They literally packed whatever was on the ground under dirt and built the railroad over top of it. So whatever they left under there is seeping into everything right now.
Yep.
So hey,
There's
I got a
that
question.
whole entire land area is going to be
They chemically
probably
knew it. They know
uncroppable,
it.
unharvestable, like unfarmable.
So when
like,
I was
done.
in Colorado last time, right, there was some land I was like, we were sitting there chilling, and we were talking to locals, and there were like these brand new houses sitting on this piece of land in Colorado. It's kind of near Colorado Springs, and I was like, "Those are really nice houses," and they said, "Yeah, they've been vacant for like 5 years," and I said, "What? They look like brand new," and they said, "Yeah, they built the houses, and the land that they built them on is has like toxic chemicals in it." And they didn't find that out until after they built it.
Kids are going to be playing in the grass.
It started seeping into the houses and like infecting like the people. Infecting the people that were there.
Way.
So like they had to condemn the houses, and they can't tear them down because all the stuff that's there is like tainted. I was like, what? Like that's wild. Like
That is.
Time to lead line everything.
like of all the things.
God.
That was one of the things that I've never been able to like forget. You're like, that's
Speaking of
$1 million
abandoned
homes.
houses, there's basically a whole town down in Florida, I think, that's just labeled as a ghost town.
Well, that happens all over the place.
Well, no, here's the thing. It's, been overgrowth because it's been, 10 plus years. And
Mother Nature
probably
always takes back what's
at this
hers.
point, it's probably been 20. But back in the day, they were building it. They built all the houses, everything, community centers, all that stuff. And then one day it just went poof. Contractors didn't get paid. Nobody got paid. There was shit in the soil, shit in the water. So that whole area just went
everywhere out here.
Well, it's almost like that one town in Pennsylvania that was a coal mine that started on fire.
Seeping all the way down to China. That's funny.
Yeah,
that's because the core doesn't exist. You know what I mean? So there's nothing to burn it off. It just seeps all the way through.
It's like every cartoon. But yeah, there's that one town that the whole town is like slowly smoldering because it's like the whole town is built on top of a coal mine coal deposit.
Yeah, and that town has like less than 500 people.
There's nobody
living there.
There's nobody living there anymore. Hasn't been for 10 years. The last resident is no longer there.
There's definitely nomads there.
The last resident, it was the oldest living resident for that town, and he passed away. That was the last one.
Oh, wait, I forgot the earth is flat. Yeah, it's just a big flat sheet, bro. It's when you get to the edge, you just flip it to side B. Kind of like a record.
Well, it's not like a record. It like flips so quickly, like your brain. It happens so quickly because gravity's a little goofy on the edge that it's like almost seamless for you, and you're on the other side.
You ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean at World's Edge? It's like that.
Yeah.
You flip the ship upside down, and what's up is down, and what's down is up, and the water just
it's upside down.
Like magic.
Right.
Well, also
Sorcery.
like what? So
CERN. I mean, magic.
So when we make fertilizer and stuff, what is a byproduct that we get from that?
Methane gas.
No.
Is this a trick question?
Carbon dioxide.
No. It's
because I got GED and I'm striking out here.
You got a good enough degree.
That's it, man.
Fluoride.
Oh, Nem.
Okay.
The town is called Centralia, and the last residency check was in 2020, and that went down to from 1,000 in 1980 to 5. So you're right around the ballpark.
Okay.
So like aluminum manufacturing also has a byproduct of fluoride. So when they started getting a shit ton of this stuff, they had nowhere to put it. So where do you think they ended up?
On the toothpaste.
In our freaking drinking water.
Yep, and the toothpaste. And the mouthwash.
Yeah.
That's where you get that pink residue from.
Yeah.
And
they call it hard water stains.
Yeah.
That water's hard, all right.
Hard on the body.
Yeah, right?
See, I've got real hard water because it's like rust colored.
Yeah, that's fluoride, bro.
No, that's called well water.
Well, I guess sure.
I'm on well, dude. I'm on well. It's
Yep.
Seeping.
I get it too. It's red. Well, we have like red dirt.
Well, that's from the clay in the ground, right?
Yep. Actually,
I think I'd rather have clay water than fluoride water.
Thing. You know that it's
filters
purified.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Rocks on rocks.
It's called
rocks on rocks.
Oof. Use rocks.
Parkinson's. Not called fluoride. It's called Parkinson's.
It's like the same company that makes cancer meds makes Roundup. You know. It's like seriously, we live in clown world. Like you provide the toxin and the cure. Wow, you're such a nice company.
Money at every
you're such a nice company. I appreciate it.
Way to go, guys! Good looking out.
Hey, we got this drug. Oh, you're a dick.
You're killing me and making money off me.
Well, it's like, oh, you like this
Geniuses,
drug,
man.
Oh, we have this other drug that'll get you off of that drug.
Genius.
But what about that drug? Oh no, you see, that's just like 3 times more addicting.
Then you have to take this other drug.
But
that drug doesn't work.
It's a cheaper drug. It's 3 times more addicting. And when we get you off of the
5
first
times
one,
more expensive.
we'll get you off of it, and it'll be 8 times more addicting, be 8 times more expensive, but your insurance will cover it.
We're just lab rats, man. Come on.
Right.
Maybe Smashing Pumpkins was right. You know, we're all just a rat in a cage.
Yep. Yeah. I was ahead of my time listening to that stuff.
I couldn't stand Smashing Pumpkins.
Man,
his voice was too.
People didn't know who the hell they were, and I was like, "Yeah, this is fun. I dig this." And everybody's like, "Dude, man, it sounds like
Smashing Pumpkins, bro."
Man, I think he hated it.
That's it.
I felt
that. He did. That's almost like hate
it from like 7 states away, bro. Like,
man, that was almost like hate, like near hate quality on like 9 Inch Nails.
Oh man, that's fighting.
I know that's
Them's his fighting words right there.
I know, man. It's like.
All right, so before we go to trading blows, I got a question.
First
for you
flight
guys.
out.
I had an idea for an app, but I'm doing research and whatnot. And
I would like to develop that app.
Flutter, like Flutter app development for Android and iOS. Like, do you guys know anything?
That's a coding language,
right? So, is it easier? Like when it comes to user experience, or development, is it easier to use Flutter or something else?
Well, it depends. Does it have a GUI, or are you just copying and pasting links of like different code and like making your own? Like,
no,
does it already supply the library for you? Or are you making your library from scratch?
Everything would be from scratch.
Well, no,
a lot of that stuff.
Well, I mean, it also depends on how the language works.
Libraries.
Right. It depends on how the libraries are already. Yeah.
Building in Chromium is probably going to be your best bet.
Chromium.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty universal. It works on most things.
And it has all the libraries right there.
Yep.
But if you want to get into the
hatred
nitty-gritty,
to Google, I know,
Swift
but
and Colton are your nitty-gritties.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, say that again for the people out there.
Swift, and Colton.
There you go.
Swift and Colton. Okay.
Colton spelt with a K.
Oh yeah, Sadie's like she's like 33 was a cool pumpkin song. Yeah.
Retro Mike recommends Xamarin. I've never used but Chromium's pretty simple. Especially for like someone that's new-ish to it, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean
It would definitely get your feet wet.
the predictive stuff and the AI assist is like on point. You could pretty much, it's going to be point and click. It's going to be like
what was that other word? Not,
going to be like
is Chromium with the K? You said
no. Chromium.
No.
Chromium
No,
is like
Colton is
Chromium.
Colton is with a K,
how do you spell
not
it?
with a C. I sent it to you.
Yeah, no. Chromium is basically what all the
Swift
the,
and
All
the-
of the web browsers are built
yeah
on.
the web, all the web browsers that want to be Chrome compatible run Chromium underneath everything. So
right.
Your a Chromebook runs heavy Chromium.
heavy, yeah, super Chromium.
Heavy
I got
Chromium.
my super Chromium Chromebook.
That thing is. That
Those
thing
things
is
are
awesome.
quick,
out
man.
of-
I have to give them that. Like,
Out of
as-
all the different
They are
languages
now.
for
way better.
mobile, like Android, iOS, what would be the best language?
Chromium's going to work both.
Yeah, Chromium.
Yeah,
Chromium
Chromium.
will work both.
But
Okay.
if you want to build two separate apps for two separate platforms, you're going to have to do Kotlin and Swift.
Okay.
I don't know much about the Apple side, but I know Chromium. Will do both.
Swift is Apple.
You're limited on Apple side with Chromium. Man. It's just not as plethora. It's just not like the library is not as extensive
Gotcha.
because Apple owns and is pretty stingy with all of their IP.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Proprietary is as proprietary does.
Retro says he recommends Xamarin,
It's owned by Microsoft.
owned by
It can be
Microsoft.
done
It
in
can be done
Visual
in
Studio.
Visual Studio.
Bro,
Ooh
Let's
la la.
screenshot that.
perfect.
Oh.
Perfect. Visual Studio is what I use. I use that for code. It has pretty much everything.
Right? Everything. Everything.
Everything.
And everything.
That's what I run on my my Linux laptop.
Everything.
Got that Visual Studio.
Have to get everything.
I had to get everything. An all-in-one solution.
Oh, lotion.
Open software win. Yeah.
Oh, I saw the
You getting
harness.
them Yardbird. And
You like to see homos naked? Oh, that's nice.
I can see homos naked.
I gotta practice. I have to practice a little bit for that. I gotta get that. Once I get the Yardbirds, then I
Hey,
can
man,
then I can practice that southern
That's
southern
cool,
draw.
man,
Yeah.
but that takes years to get, buddy.
Hey, girl, go get me a Yardbird out front. I'm hungry.
Mine still only comes out when I'm drunk. So.
You know what's funny? It's like out of all
So
If
we're
you
saying
ever
you
meet
guys
my
don't
brother-
get you where you're
You
at.
ever meet my brother and
we got to come to
You
the
don't
the
get
family
that
line
much
and,
like
get you
I
drunk?
Two different cloths.
from what I experienced out there out of all the times that I've gone down there, right? Now I granted I know we didn't go very many places. I get it. But it's not like it was not like I saw very many people with like that heavy like
no,
southern
not
draw.
where I am.
Yeah.
You gotta go a little bit further.
It's still
Like,
a little north.
You were hanging out in the wrong place if you didn't find
No,
too many people
no.
with a happy Southern drawl.
Well, you'd get like the little touches, like there's certain words that like you're like, oh yeah, that's Southern, But like,
Yeah.
Like they say dog.
Just
Yeah.
right, nothing,
It's a
nothing
flat
like
little touch.
nothing like crypto mom.
Just the southern tip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip of the
Just
south,
the
baby.
Dude, I miss Crypto Mom. I miss hearing that Southern drawl.
Right. I mean, like you don't like
Making no
I know
doubt.
nothing
that
about
Georgia or Louisiana draw. It's like,
Mississippi. She was from Mississippi.
yep. Got that proper
He said
English.
He said pee-pee.
He called the shit pee-pee.
You got that Bible Belt Southern drawl right there.
Well, Miguel's is south of that Mason,
Belt,
right? He is south of that Mason-Dixon line, but he doesn't. He does not. His area does not have that like traditional Southern accent in that area. Like it's very well blended where he's at.
Yeah,
Well,
it's Oklahoma.
Where he's at is very well blended, I think. You know, I think maybe if you go a little
Very well
south,
blended right where I am, but also I know where.
like I suspect I suspect that if we were to go probably an hour south, the language would get very hard for me to understand from time to time.
So Texas.
No, that's not Texas yet. He's not that
northern
far. He's not that
from
close
where
to
you're at
Texas.
Texas is like 3 hours now.
Yeah, well, then Nem comes down there and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
As he comes down with his gray hoodie.
And
Canadian syrup.
Canada pride.
Sherpa line gray hoodie.
I'm not that far north either,
It's
bro.
cold. I'm
not even
It's all
into
the
it.
same to everybody else.
I'm
Once
not
you
in
get to like
Wisconsin
Wisconsin
yet.
and like North Dakota, that's when you get like,
I'm not even in
For
Wisconsin,
where
bro.
you are, Canada
I
would be
know
more
where
free
you
than where
are.
you are.
I'm
No,
talking about,
no,
if you go north
no.
and west from there.
You see, no matter where you're at in Canada, that is little China. That we call that China now.
Oh, because all the troops on the ground there.
Yeah, freedom is illegal. Guns are illegal. There's no freedom up there. I'm sorry.
Nah.
They'll
Yeah,
they'll
You drive a truck, they
seize
take your bank account.
They'll seize your bank account. They'll seize all assets on you.
Seize your bank account. Hmm.
Yep, just for your political viewpoint.
You participate in a protest and they seize your bank account. Yeah, that sounds like freedom to me.
Right. I think we're still good here.
Great.
Hey, we can't be saying that we don't have a Canadian here to defend themselves.
Yeah.
Hey,
They can't
somebody
defend
get,
themselves
somebody
anyway.
get Conan
Yeah,
O'Brien
they're
on the
defending
phone.
We're not much better here, you know what I mean?
Hey, we're
No,
slightly
we're
better
not.
because there's more weapons. There's more guns in the
That is
citizens'
the
hand.
only. That is the only.
And that's
thing
what I
that
keep
puts
telling
us in a better
people.
situation.
I was like,
They hate us because they ain't us.
do you want to be
Right,
Australia right now? No. Well, historically, if you want to take over a country, you take the guns, right?
No.
Mao took the guns. Mao took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Name an instance where they took the guns and didn't take over.
Right.
Well,
I can
Germany's
add
out of the
one.
What
Germany
that one.
took away the
No.
books.
Well, Germany
I mean,
took away
burning
the
the books
guns.
is just as bad because then you don't know.
No,
what happened in
Germany.
the
Germany
past.
took away the guns at the end. They
That's
were
what I
like,
said. That's why I said Germany's out of the running for that one.
right.
But you know what? When Ukraine goes to war, they hand out guns.
Our guns.
Talk about clown
Our
war.
guns.
Clown
Right,
world.
they're-
Our guns.
Yeah,
Clown
they're-
world.
Our guns and our money.
Right.
Oh, of course.
And our artillery and our aircraft and our tanks.
Yeah.
None
So
of it was. None of it was theirs.
Biden was just saying that they wanted to send money.
They were,
sorry,
they were
I'm
giving
sorry,
welfare
I'm
have a
sorry,
little
checks
I'm
out.
something in
sorry.
their pockets.
Right. We're giving them welfare checks now.
Sorry.
yeah.
Didn't you see? Didn't you
Sorry.
see
I saw that shit. I was
Zelensky
like,
when
I
he was
couldn't
there?
believe it.
Zelensky looked like the rich kid sitting there waiting for daddy to give him an allowance check.
You're like, I'm waiting for the dollars right here.
He's like, Daddy, could I have another? Just a little bit more, Daddy. Can I? I'll let you sniff me.
Oh,
Dude.
jeez.
I had a theory. I had a theory. Take an old picture.
Miguel slowly dies over there.
Take an old picture of
down the
Soros.
curtain.
Oh,
and
bro,
then
I'm
back.
trying. I'm trying to get this.
Don't
little
forget,
wire
he's the
in this little
youngest
bit.
one.
Take an old picture of Soros and put it next to Zelensky and tell me they're not looking the same.
What is me having to be the youngest one to do with this?
It's
No
cool.
bearing on the situation, sir.
It's like
Man, I'm just waiting for the.
I think Biden adopted. I think Biden might have adopted Zelensky since he failed as a father with his own kid. He thinks that he can find a Nazi that'll do better.
And as long as he doesn't go towards another kid in Zelensky's power realm,
I think he'd be okay with it as long as he cut another check.
Just be like, I like to sniff heads. I mean, how much more money you need?
What kind of shampoo you got there?
They're using.
All right, I like it when it's got the lavender in it.
I like that Head and Shoulders.
No, man. I bet you he looks like a lavender kind of guy. Why do you think he always? Why do you think he's always? Why do you think he's always smelling little girls' heads?
The scent is familiar,
right? It's like it smells like my daughter.
it smells like my home.
Diary. Hey, man, the diary was confirmed. Nope, the diary was confirmed.
Never over.
We're done for the night.
Hey, man, it's
Thanks
true.
for being here.
It's true, man. I mean, it came out.
That's all, folks.
By tomorrow, don't worry.
Don't go get mad at me for the truth coming out.
So tune in tomorrow for
if the channel's there tomorrow,
if we're still in
It's like Brian's sitting here slipping out truths now. It's like we're not supposed to talk like that. Truth.
I mean, that's you get in trouble for slipping things, Hoss.
I know, right?
I mean, you do, yeah. Big Daddy G comes down.
Little truth bombs come out,
Yeah,
Big Daddy G comes down and smacks your YouTube account around.
Yep.
Get
that old face like, whoops. Whoopsie.
I'll test it over here. I'll test it over here before I say it on my channel.
Test it on the channel that doesn't get monetized.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I see.
Did it slide? Did it slide? Oh, man.
All right.
That's how you got to beat the algo, guys. Just test it out here first.
Right. He's just a redheaded stepchild.
Terrible.
This conversation got derailed.
Hi,
my name is Rails, and I don't exist.
Right. It's like, hi, my name is Rails. This is the end of the line.
Please, all passengers not wishing to participate, please get off the rails now. Thank you.
Right.
Please stand up and unbuckle your seat.
And the best way
remember,
to not
tuck
like
and
us
roll.
is just turn the channel. If you don't want to listen to us, that's fine.
Hey, at least
We'll be here every
don't
Friday,
have,
thanks.
at least we don't have that one police officer. She knows a lot of things about getting ran.
Oh, that one.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
yeah.
Man,
I knew exactly where he was going with this one.
I saw that in the meme chat, and I immediately sent that to my police friend. Like immediately was like saved, sent, and I
What he said.
Look like don't look like the type that like cops.
Mikkel,
I don't
what did he
like.
say
I
when he
only
said
like
it to
cop
him?
trains.
Yeah.
That's funny. Like,
Yeah, I don't like trains, but I don't like cops. But I do like cop trains.
Bro, you gotta make friends with the right people. You gotta make friends with the right people.
Now we all have,
Yeah,
all we
right,
have
right.
to do is wait for the doctor trains to come rolling in.
Hey, man, we just need that one chick to be able to tell people how to actually ride a train.
No.
So Techman just said in the live chat, Twitter had a post about the president standing with Kiev. I replied back, I wish he could stand walking up and down
Yeah,
steps.
I like how on fucking
I
President's
saw
Day
that.
he was in freaking Ukraine. Get the hell out of here, fucking ass clown.
Oh Lord Jesus, help me, Jesus.
Fucking ass clown, dude. That's how you
It was
know
more-
when,
it
like
was more
some weird
important-
kind of fucked up dimension. Like, what's going on?
Hey,
right
man,
now?
I still get up every morning.
Someone
I
needs to press
opened up.
restart on the
I
simulation.
open up the door and I'm like, computer end simulation.
Restart.
I
please.
think it's
New
broken,
seed.
guys.
I'm just waiting for somebody to rip off my VR and say, "How was it?"
Right, dude.
At
Welcome
least
to the
we won't
Matrix.
be Palestinian in ourselves.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
What was it? Terrible. Don't send me back to whatever one that
Palestine,
one
man.
was.
That's a different story altogether.
Well, which one are you talking about? You talking about
mean-
Middle East Palestine or East Palestine?
I mean,
Well,
that's
Palestine,
just-
Texas.
If you talk about the Palestine in Ohio, if you look
I mean,
at that
all
rail,
Palestinians, essentially.
if you look at that railroad
all-
track,
Maybe we're in the
bad.
anti-Palestine dimension.
did you guys see that viral clip from that
See, all of the
company
above.
for for the railroad that went to East Palestine in Ohio?
Yeah.
Dude, this railroad
that.
track was like zigzagging
That was
up
ballsy, man.
all over the place, up and down. There's parts where you could see the train just lean off to one side, and you're like, and the train's doing like 5 miles an hour because, well, it
It
traveled
wasn't
all-
load. It wasn't load balance. They didn't put everything in the.
No,
You
they
gotta
hadn't
balance your load.
they hadn't replaced the railroad ties in forever. So these railroad ties are like
railroad
shifted.
tires.
The railroad ties are shifted all over the place.
Say it again. Say it again.
Railroad tires.
No.
No,
Goddamn
railroad tires,
I'll tell you what.
Riri.
no house, no house.
Put them 9-inch nails in those railroad tires.
And you add that in the memoir.
Don't go re-reing yourself too close to that word there, boy.
Them words of a geisha girl.
I'm so guilty.
I've seen better railroad tracks on a model train setup, man. I'm just saying,
They
dude.
straighter for sure.
Right. Our country sucks, dude. We got failing railroad tracks. We got failing bridges. We got a failing government. I mean, what else is gonna fail?
Well, you know what happened?
Don't say
Conrad
that.
himself.
You
All
better
the
knock
state-
on wood.
On the state level, they all started to increase tax revenue, right? And they're like, "Oh, this is pretty sweet." And then they started to increase all the toll road revenue, and they're like, "Oh, this is pretty
Yep.
sweet." And they fired all the toll road workers in COVID, and they're like, "Man, we're still making the same amount of money. Let's up the count again. Like, we need to have them pay more for tolls." So
Well,
now your tolls are
last
even
one didn't
more
work.
expensive. There's no one at the fucking toll, and if you don't have a speed pass, they're just gonna send you a bill in the mail.
Fuck yeah, they will. And if you don't pay it, then they'll charge you fees, and then if you
Just
don't pay
put a
those fees,
maple
then they'll
leaf on
send
your
that. Then they'll
fucking
send that
plate.
shit to fucking collections.
What happened to like not be harassed from traveling from point A to point B? I thought this was a free country.
Oh, but
Don't take the
toll
highway
roads are
then.
there to cut down on traffic.
Yeah.
And if you want to cut down on traffic and get to
Not
your
for
destination
us.
on time,
Technically, it's meant for the truckers, but not for us. But
Yeah, it's for
You gotta pay the
people
price.
performing business on highways and byways.
Yep.
Technically,
Like
we don't even need.
roads.
We're not even supposed to have licenses because we're citizens. You only have to have a license if you're
don't let
providing
them
the
catch on to
commerce.
that. Don't let them catch on to that.
I mean, you can tell them until you're blue in the face. You're still gonna end up in jail. Some cops gonna just figure like, oh, this guy's just dumb. I'm gonna throw him in prison. Maybe he'll sleep it off or something. Who knows?
Maybe he'll wake up and ask, "Why am I here?"
What happened?
Last thing I remember is I was sniffing
Why
hair.
am I in this white Oval Office?
I told him I didn't have a license, and the next thing I know, I woke up in the back of a squad car with a bruise on my head.
No, you woke up
I
in
was
the White
writing in the
Office.
last page of the memoirs and I blacked out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
memoirs.
woke up thinking about Jeffrey Dahmer and Head and Shoulders. I don't know. It's weird.
Shoulders, knees, and toes.
And now I'm running the country. What happened?
But I don't know,
What
man.
happened?
It's getting crazier out there. I've noticed. Just stay safe, everybody. You know,
Yeah.
hug your
Oh, yeah.
family. Get
Every
your
day.
get your concealed.
Or don't.
Both pew pew and
Everybody moved to
stabby
Montana.
stabby.
Yeah.
Little toads.
Right, if you move over to Montana, at least you know they'll never shoot anything down over the state,
Well, you know, it's
including a balloon.
like how much crime do you think there would be if everyone knew that everyone was carrying?
that's
Isn't
the
there a
thing.
town like that already, like out in Georgia?
It was supposed to be fucking
Yeah, it
America.
was Wild West.
It was like you better be, be on your P's and Q's on my property because I'll shoot you otherwise,
Well, I'll fuck your shit up.
F around and find out.
That's right. Fuck right.
That's right.
Right?
Fuck around.
That's right.
Find out.
I don't know, man. I have a feeling that we're not going to be able to avoid this system that we're going into. It's either we're going to have to adopt it or move along and move somewhere else.
National
We
divorce?
haven't been able to avoid it since the
have this kind of
1700s.
National divorce? What?
Yeah. Or,
Really, we
Well,
haven't.
don't forget, they're already planning on getting rid of credit cards and debit cards. What's going to be next?
they're not getting
Microchip.
rid of that stuff.
Right, they're not going to get rid of
turn the crypto on
PayPal.
them.
They're not getting rid of PayPal. You kidding me?
Hell no.
Gundy, you got to think about this. We've been in the same system since the 1800s. The schools are the
No.
same.
No, let him finish.
Pay is basically the same if you could account for inflation. We've been in the same system for 200 plus years.
Yeah.
There's no changing.
Well, there's
We've been in the
small
same
changes.
system since the Roman era.
Well, you start going back to like Sodom and Gomorrah and like all the other times when humanity just kind of flip flopped and then we got our wits about us and then stopped all that bullcrap.
Weak men created bad times. These are the bad times we live in, and it's going to create strong men.
I'm just ready for the watching
Provided
for
they
waiting
governments
for the
don't
angels
move.
to come out of the Euphrates River. That's what I'm waiting for.
Well,
Provided that the governments don't
your
move in such a
Euphrates
way
dries
that
up and then it
people-
releases the demons, man.
It's already dried up, bro.
I know.
That shit's
The
dry as
demons are
fuck.
just playing with us right now. That's what all this stuff is about. You're gonna have to make a
Times, my
decision,
dudes.
and it's a decision
Very important
only
decision.
you will be able to make.
Yep.
Either you get along or you move along.
Red pill or blue pill?
Luckily, your kids get a pass,
Get along or move along.
but you don't.
But yeah, if you sit there and with your hands in your pockets, you're just gonna be getting along, and it's not gonna be pretty. I'm telling you.
Mhm.
No.
You don't know real tyranny until you can't buy a freaking gallon of gas
Popsicle.
or a fucking cheeseburger because the government thinks you had too many this week.
Or when you do buy a popsicle, you're only allowed to have the one that's a bite because
Yeah.
that's like $20.
Oh, like a fifth element cigarettes.
Yeah.
It was all filter and like the very little tip had like 2 drags of like actual tobacco in it.
Right.
It's always the tip.
It's like, here's your stipend for the day, bruh. Yeah, no, I definitely don't want to live in a world like that. Sorry.
Hard pass.
Yeah, no, thank you.
The way that the sheeple are voting, man, they're gonna vote in for the
we ain't gonna make a choice.
The problem is
They're
the
gonna vote
silent
it in.
majority needs to get their hands out of their fucking asses and do something because these fringe
their hands out
people
of other
are very
people's asses.
small groups.
Their hands aren't even in their own asses.
They
They're in
have
someone
all the
else's ass.
backing of a lot of the financial
No,
markets.
they're grabbing 20-year-olds and going, "Hey, vote." I don't know nothing about this. Vote anyway.
Yeah.
Who should I vote for? You see this?
I mean, that's what
Anybody
they
with a
did.
I don't
D?
know.
That's what
Anybody
they
with a
did
D
with
next
Gen
to
X
propaganda
back
to
when
actually
Obama
tell the
ran,
kids,
okay?
hey,
It's the
this is
same
good for
shit.
the environment, then it's good for the whole world as a whole. Never mind the fact that it limits the individual's freedom. It limits the sovereignty of
You see,
the
but
individual.
they're being programmed through the school system to be already in that mindset of you're a social warrior, you're a
Fucking zigzags, man.
you're a social warrior, and you're
Zigzags.
what you would call it, an economic warrior, and you're a weather warrior, a green warrior, and you're lazy because you think that everything should be communism. And you're going to vote for anybody who's going to promise you for the communistic lifestyle, which is going to be the Democrats, because they're all trying to offer you new programs to pay you because the social programs are the stepping stones for full-blown communism.
Yeah, it's called universal basic income.
Yep.
UBI.
You stay home, you get money. But the
Mhm.
problem is,
And
Motherfucker.
the reason why I joke about California being California is that one of the things for a socialist, one of the major programs for socialism is going to be price control. And California has had rent control for however many long. They've got central bank input, so you've got your money input being communism. You've got the rent control, so you have almost control over pricing within there. Once they have full control, you're basically talking about socialism, aka communism, on a very small scale.
Well, I heard when they released the Fed CBDC or whatever the hell it's going to be, that like when UBI actually comes into effect, they were giving you stipend, right? Like everybody will get like $1,000 a month, right? But the problem is they're going to make it so if you don't spend that money, it goes back to them.
No, they're gonna. I think they're gonna roll it out the way that they rolled out the digital yuan, where they'll allow you to have
expiration date on your funds though when they give them to you.
No, well, the way that the digital yuan is set up is that you can save, right? And you can save for as long as you want until the government hits a point where they're seeing economic slowdown. And to stimulate the economy, they're going to put a time limit on the currency that you have saved.
So they'll just give you an illusion of choice at the beginning.
It's not that it had. It's like one of those yes and no, Oz. It's like one of those yes and no. So if the economy's doing great, there is no expiration. You can save all you want. The moment that the economy is doing crappy, you have to spend. You're going to be highly incentivized to spend.
And you think the people that run the financial markets are actually going to just keep dumping money to people that are saving money? You actually think that's going to happen? Hell no. They don't want you to save anything.
Right.
That's how they keep the control.
Have fun staying poor. As every Bitcoiner will tell you. You want to use their
We've
crap?
been at this for almost 2 hours. Holy shit balls.
Oh, man, when you start talking about politics and finance, we go off the chain, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
It's just, there's so many questions and variables right now, and nobody's saying nothing to nobody. Everyone's like trying to, say their way's the best way. And I'm just waiting to see where everything falls.
Pretty much. And it's hopeful to see that there is at least one politician trying to stand up against the CBDC.
Yeah, man. Someone has to. That's all it takes one time. Somebody always like...
all those connectors are fucking zigzags.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
like
I'm
the
sorry.
papers?
It didn't look like it. I told you the picture looked crappy.
I looked at the picture. I looked at the picture too.
No boy.
So now we have an upset Michael.
Oh, geez. Your left-handed cigarette is not working.
Slightly.
Those lefties,
But what's not slightly
they're hard
upsetting?
to roll sometimes.
It's
What's
actually
not
awesome.
slight? What is
What's
it?
actually awesome is tomorrow morning, Mikkel, aren't you doing something on your channel?
Every Saturday morning, man, get with the program.
The cable man.
Good
Mikkel,
morning.
the Jewel man.
The cable guy.
on my head. Don't call me a cable head.
Cable guy.
And then, guys, don't
So,
forget
yeah.
tomorrow.
I go live first thing in the morning, 9 o'clock. Cool standard time in the morning. Chump Change, I think, goes live right before me. Sometimes he has been. And then we all head over to my channel. And then right after me, we have, of course, Serpent, who goes live at 10 Central Standard Time. And then after that, I think Power Minds.
You got hardware, you got news. Everything mining Saturday morning, man.
Dude, it's like
Screw Bugs, Bunny. You need to get on this crypto shit.
for real. You got literally crypto all morning long. Like, quite literally.
Followed by DCA Adventures Mining After Dark at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh, that
Down
sounds so
and dirty.
early with that 6 Pacific Standard.
When he
Oh,
comes
my
in,
God.
Six,
I was
yeah.
like,
By 6, I was like, hold on, wait.
It's 9
Oh,
o'clock p.m. for me.
I ain't even tracking, man.
It just sounds early.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Miss me with that
by the time we're all buzzed,
hit him with
in
that
bed,
bullshit.
you know, DogeLord's just
Bobby
getting off work.
Boucher.
Hey,
Bobby Boucher over there. He talking about that stuff.
Hey, homie, we make it.
Yeah, I can see homeboys naked.
Nah, homie, let's make it.
Give me a cold beer. That's hilarious. Awesome, dude.
Well, it is effing late, so I mean, are we gonna do an announcement and get out of here?
Yo, let's drop some FAs in the chat.
It is time for an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Stay tuned for tomorrow. And stay rated F for fucking awesome.
Yo. And with that
after the show for games.
With that being said, peace out, stay savage, and we'll see you on the next one. Yo.
Peace out, guys.
Later.
Yo. Stay out, freaking standing.